Hello everybody and welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial we will see how to create these Softbody Tetris blocks. So enjoy! First thing that we need is the NVIDIA Flex for Unity plugin. It's provided by NVIDIA themselves and it's free. I already imported this pack, and just to notice, I am not using any render pipeline because there are some materials that cannot be upgraded to that, so I'm using just the Unity 3D thing. So in the Flex samples you can find all these samples and play with them. The one that we need is the soft skinning, and you can see we have 3 octopus that will have gravity on them and soft bodies. And then after that we are going to create the blocks in Blender, and I'm gonna show you fast how to do that. And we can create them by entering edit mode, extrude along this axis, and I'm just using the snap, holding Ctrl, and then adding a subdivision, a simple one, and apply, which will actually do subdivide it, but it will not smooth it out, and then another one with 2 iterations, apply and smooth. And the rest are almost the same thing. And then you can catch them all, do Alt C, mesh from curve, which will apply the modifiers for all of them, and then you can catch them all and go to the tools and set the origin to be the center of the mass and to smooth everything out, and then you can export them. So now here we have our blocks. Let's bring the hierarchy here and let's throw in the blocks, and you can see that they are huge. Let's throw in the game view here, and something that is needed is that the local scale have to be 1 in order for the skinning to work correctly. So now the scale factor for this is 30 to meet this size. So let's separate them. Let's disable these octopus, and what we need is these 2 scripts and a skinned mesh renderer on each one of these blocks. So we can add a skinned mesh renderer, which will replace the old renderer, and then we can copy this component, paste it on all of them, and it will immediately put the other component by itself. So for this one, you have to assign the object itself to this skinned target. And here we can use the same container for all of them, flex container, but we have to have a different flex soft asset for each one of them. So I'm gonna duplicate the one for the octopus, and I'm gonna assign each one of these and then assign them to their objects. And we can boost the maximum particles in the container by another 0. And let's bring the camera here, and let's try that. Looks pretty good. And then for the material that I'm gonna apply on each one of these, I'm just gonna download the material that I created for the refraction. And I'm gonna put the link in the description. You can click raw and right click, save as, remove the .txt and save. So here we have it. Let's create a material out of that. And let's grab all of these, open the materials, assign this material. And we will need a reflection probe, because that's how the material uses refraction. And you can put it to Realtime, and get the specular down. Specular is how much reflection is on the object, and the index of refraction can go a little bit up. You can see now the plane is at the top, and so if you don't want everything to be flipped this way, you can go in the shader, go down to here when we calculate the refracted vector, and you just say .y multiply equals -1, save, go back, and you will see that now we have the refraction the correct side, kind of. I also downloaded and imported this low poly environment pack just to have a nice place to put these in. So let's go here, demo, and let's use the first one. Just drop in that scene and you will have both of the scenes together. Let's remove the camera and the directional light. Let's remove these and let's rotate these and move them somewhere here. Rotate it back. Yeah, that's good. Bring it down. I don't think we need the plane anymore. And let's refresh the reflection probe. And let's reduce the index of refraction or increase it. Let's increase it, yeah. Let's add a tint. Let's change the resolution to 500. Let's check that out. Yeah, this looks quite good. Obviously we need to make the box of the reflection probe bigger. Also, you can see that the blocks are being rendered as black objects, so we don't need that. So what we are going to do is to add all of these into any layer, like, I don't know, let's add a layer for them. Yes, with the children. And then here, from the culling mask, we will take out this layer, and so they will disappear. Okay, so now let's create the walls. And let's create an empty, reset. Let's go to the top view, get it here, create a box. And let's deactivate the mesh renderer because we don't want to see these walls. And now they will stay inside these walls. Now, to get rid of some of the lighting issues that will appear, I'm just gonna copy everything in this scene into this one and remove this scene without saving, and saving this one. Now we can go to the lighting, disable fog, or maybe if you want some. This is how the animation looks at the end. And it's just a trial and error process. You have to check for the timings and all of that. Just try it and see if they come in their places or not. And then at the end we need to take these out and get a blob of water on all of them. And so to do that you cannot disable any collider, because I think the NVIDIA system does not allow that. It will give you an exception, or if you disable the whole object that has a collider. So what we can do is to come here, record what's the position, record the position, and go to the next is it this one? Go to the next frame and put the position here, right? So we have here. So let's bring our blob of water from the fluid renderer scene. Let's throw in the scene in here. And what we want is the flex array actor. Let's throw it here. Let's unload. Let's remove the scene. Don't save. And let's see, where is that? What's going on? Let's apply this container and let's do it 2 by 2 by 2. Let's try and put it here. Let's play. Obviously because of the colliders. Okay, so we want to activate this at the end, so let's throw it inside of the Tetris blocks and let's hit that, hit record, go in here, and here as well, and then here we will enable it. We should probably move these away. Because here we enable the last piece, so we need it to reach before we do the other things. Oh, and you'll have to enable this guy somewhere around here. And obviously constant. Let's play. That looks nice. I like that. I created these rocks in Blender to replace these two boxes. And we probably want to change the direction of the light. Something like that. And let's create another one. Put it here. Rotate it maybe. And let's actually put them inside of here and disable the mesh renderer of these guys. We can even that's good, yeah. Yeah, that looks good. You can obviously change the materials whenever you want. Let's go ahead and change some of them. Let's throw this on this one and on this one. Orange, bluish, yellow. I think this yellow should be somewhere here. And the blue is not really blue. So that's gonna do it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to see the latest videos.